Welcome back to Pittsburgh Sports with Scooter here. So, in this Pirates video today, I want to break it down and talk about two different topics when it pertains to the Pittsburgh Pirates. The first topic, and you can see my fat cat behind me, he likes to be on video. Hi, fat cat. Anyways, I want to break this down into two topics. The first topic is going to be about how important the next 3 weeks is for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The second topic I want to discuss will be Brandon Lowe and him being snubbed in the All-Star game. So first things first. Look, Pirate fans, this next 3-week stretch, going through the All-Star game and so the next 3 weeks. And the All-Star game, the All-Star break is July 10th through the 15th. And that will be right after the Brewer series. This next homestand for the Pirates is big. They got 3 with the Braves and 3 with the Brewers. And look, 10.5 games out of first place in the division seems like a lot. But when you look at the schedule, which I hadn't done really until this morning, they have before the trade deadline, which is August 3rd, they're going to play the Brewers 7 times. You're only 10.5 games back. If this team gets hot for the next month, which could happen, I'm not predicting it will happen, but could happen, you can see the Pirates take a nice chunk out of that division lead. But anyways, these next 3 weeks, they play the Braves, the Brewers, the Guardians, the Yankees, and the Cubs. Well, the Pirates are chasing the Cubs. The Pirates are chasing the Brewers. But the strength of opponents this next 3 weeks, I really feel like could be the make or break point for the Pirates regarding what they do at the trade deadline, regarding the rest of the season. It's a big 3 weeks. I mean, just this next 6-game homestand, the Braves and the Brewers. Look, the way the Pirates play, they could lose every one of those games. They could go 0-6. They could end up being 5 games below 500 in the next week. Or they can do what the Pirates seem to be doing all season, and they could be 500 or better in those next 6 games. But then after that, they play the Guardians and the Yankees for 6 games on the road. Again, you could see the Pirates going 0-6, or you could see them going 5-6. The next 6-game homestand after that, the Cubs and the D-backs. Well, the Pirates are chasing the Cubs, and the D-backs right now are 1 game behind Pittsburgh for that All-Star, or for the for the wild card race. And just to break it down a little bit farther, the August 3rd trade deadline is right after the Red Series that we just talked about. So, man, this next 3 or 4 weeks is absolutely crucial for the Pirates. And to break it down a little more, this next 2 and 3 weeks, some big series, some big games, and people like Paul Skeens, Mitch Keller, not Brew. I always say Brubaker when I'm trying to talk about Bubba Chandler. I don't know why, man. But anyways, this starting pitching staff is going to have to step up, especially Paul Skeens. Braxton Ashcraft, I feel like, has done everything humanly possible to keep the Pirates in this thing. Until last night, I thought Bubba Chandler's previous 4 starts were starting to look pretty good. I do think it might be time to tell Jared Jones he's going to the bullpen. I don't know if I believe anymore that Jared Jones is good enough to be a starter. I'm not saying he doesn't have good stuff. I'm just saying I think he would be way more dominant in the bullpen. Regards to Mitch Keller, I don't know what you do with him at this point. I think he's done as a starter. I think he's another guy that could go to the bullpen and find more life in his arm and lengthen out his career. But I think the Pirates, if they stay in this thing, they need to be looking for a fourth or fifth starter to try to trade for to bring in here. It needs to be a left-handed starting pitcher, um, and they need to find at least one or two bullpen pieces. Because look, this bullpen has struggled. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But when you look at the individuals in that bullpen, there's some strong arms that can absolutely dominate at times. Gregory Soto, he's proven in stretches that he can dominate. Mason Montgomery, he has one of the best left-handed arms out of the bullpen. He can dominate at times. Matson, last year was dominant. At certain points this year, he's looked dominant. Santana, he's looked better. And for a year and a half, he looked unhittable. And Carmen Mlodzinski, we all know that he can be dominant out of the bullpen. So what I'm saying is the Pirates have the capability of going on a run. It just all needs to come together, but they're running out of time. It needs to happen right now. This offense, I don't think you can look at it and say that they haven't dominated all year. There's been a couple games where they've had the bases loaded and didn't score and could have won games. It's happened a few times. But for the most part, this offense has just been otherworldly. In my lifetime, I've never seen an offense like this. Even back in the early 90s when the Pirates probably should have went to a World Series and the Braves broke our hearts, I'm not even sure that offense was as good as this offense. I think we are watching the new lumber company this year. So the first part of this video is done. Let's go to the second part of this video. What a disgrace, an absolute abomination that Brandon Lowe is not going to the All-Star game. In fact, it's an abomination that he's not starting the All-Star game. 21 homers, and I didn't look up all his stats, but I think he's at 60 RBIs. He leads Major League Baseball as second baseman with 21 homers and 60 RBIs. His defense this year, for the most part, has been above average, and that was the knock on him coming here. I don't think there's a second baseman in baseball right now, in my opinion, who is having a better season than Brandon Lowe. And I don't know. It's a popularity contest. There are guys that will be in this All-Star game that shouldn't be there, that don't deserve to be there, and then there's going to be guys like Brandon Lowe who get snubbed and don't make it when they should. In fact, I would venture to say that Brandon Lowe deserves to be in the home run contest, which I know he can still do, but I don't want him to. I hope he rejects it. I hope he doesn't go and do it. Because I've seen it hurt guys' seasons. And plus, you snubbed me from the All-Star game, you don't get to have me in the home run contest. Forget that. Here's another thing. Paul Skeens, the only Pirate going to the All-Star game. Well, I'm sorry, Braxton Ashcraft is having a better season than you, Paul Skeens, and I believe Braxton Ashcraft should have been taken to the All-Star game and not Paul Skeens. And this isn't a not Paul Skeens video, but Braxton Ashcraft has been the ace of the Pirates this year, not Paul Skeens. I know Paul Skeens is, but numbers-wise, effectiveness, overall season, Braxton Ashcraft is better than you right now, Paul Skeens, and he should be going to the All-Star game. So, and I just think it's an abomination. The Brandon Lowe one bothers me more than the Braxton Ashcraft one because, to be honest with you, Braxton Ashcraft is getting up there in innings. He's very soon going to be at the highest amount of innings he's ever pitched. So I don't want him to go throw in the All-Star game. but he absolutely deserved to go over Paul Skeens, and Brandon Lowe deserved to go over any second baseman pretty much in baseball as far as I'm concerned. So it's a disgrace that he's not there. And apologies to you, Brandon Lowe. That's just disrespect, and you should be going to the All-Star game. So, hey, that's it for this video. If you liked it, hit like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, and until next time, let's go Bucks.